I'm mic'd up? All right. Someone once told me in a beauty contest to always go last. So Sam, Spencer, Kirk, John, we got this. Hello, my name is Christian Muskegon, co-founder and CEO of Modern Football Technology. In 2017, I was hired by the University of Texas football team to lead their data analytics strategy. My plan was to leverage my prior experience helping large corporations design and execute their data strategies with my passion and love and knowledge of football to help Texas win games using data. But what I learned is that in the sport of football, they're highly behind the curve in using analytics to win games. What I also learned is while many vendors are working to solve the problems around player performance, player development, betting, or fantasy, no one is addressing the problems of coaches. We at Modern Football Technology address the problems of coaches. We understand the challenges coaches and programs face, and we've developed a platform of analytics that address 3 high-value problems. 1, manual data entry. 2, finding hidden recruiting talent. And 3, creating advantages on the field. Introducing Game Day. For coaches, by coaches. Game Day is the first instantiation of a sports analytic platform that provides live, historical, and self-scout tendency analysis all in a single pane of glass. Game Day also gives coaches 8 to 10 hours of time savings per week that they can use scouting, recruiting, and actually coaching their players. Commercialized in the beginning of this year, we had our first customer meeting in February, our first sale in March, and we are working with several college and high school teams. We are honored to be part of what the Growth Factory calls the Backyard Advantage, and what Mark is doing to enrich this community. And we're here to ask you for 3 things. We're looking for investors that share our vision and want to see us grow. We need a partner to participate actively in sales and operations, and we need to meet someone that has experience developing customer onboarding programs. So if you have a passion for technology and football or sports, and are a fan of any team in particular and want to see them dominate, come visit us at our booth at Modern Football Technology. Thank you.
Come on back now.
Nope. Back up.
All right. So data analytics.
Yes.
What are you aggregating? Because I don't understand the product 100% at this point.
Sure.
So what are you aggregating that's going to save them time? What would they be doing manually or on their own, or making errors in their aggregating that you're going to solve for them?
Good question. So if you ever watch a football game, sometimes they show the coaches in the booth. And they're typically using pen and paper to write down play results of a game. They take that information and manually type that into a software system after the game. And that typically takes 3 to 4 hours every Saturday. And if they're running a particular type of practice called Call It, an hour a day as well. So we replace this paper and pen manual process. In addition to eliminating errors, some coaches sometimes will type in, let's say a play is called trio right, trips right. They'll type in trio and then capital R, capital T. And another coach will type in capital R, lowercase t. Well, the system will recognize that as 2 different plays, and then reporting mechanisms will show up differently for tendency analysis. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. So what's the interface? I mean, is it voice activated?
It's right behind you. That's it.
Touch screen?
Touch screen. 10 taps for 5 to 15 seconds to enter between a play.
Okay, so Christian, you're gonna have to forgive me for being a little repetitive from the last pitch, but I'm seeing a bunch of logos here.
Yes.
So I assume the universities, the schools are your customers. Are we talking like a monthly recurring revenue fee that they're paying for?
It's annual pricing.
Okay.
We sell support packages as well.
And how many of these universities is this you know, all Division I or FBS schools you think are interested, or are we talking, I mean, you got a couple of high schools here. Is this every high school in the country?
Every high school in the country, every FBS and FCS school.
Okay, so how do you, so then my fundamental question, I guess, is, you know, what the University of Texas does in terms of purchasing decisions for its athletic department, I imagine looks very different than, you know, my high school. How do you navigate that sales process? Is it a very different product or a very different, you know, the budget at a high school doesn't look the same as
Sure.
UT Austin.
Sure. So at Austin, the head coach would walk through the field house and say, and yell actually, "We have no budget." It's not like that everywhere. So when we look at target customer segments to start off with, certainly schools that are more affluent, private high schools, for instance, we would target first. At the collegiate level, budget is not necessarily an issue. The time savings they get, the 8 to 10 hours of time savings they get from this app, where they can redeploy that time for a coach to do advanced scouting and other things, the ROI case is really straightforward.
It's a money saver for them.
Yes.
All in. The ROI
Yes.
will be way more than the investment, it sounds like.
Yes.
Awesome. Great concept.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
All right.